who are not coming for games I used to drag them for the games because I used to also to play with them. You understand?
Okay. Okay.
This is all way I have made a student in my first year itself. I have studied 10 batches. First year itself, people have joined with 50, 52 marks. Those days I'm talking about 85, in 1985. Now systems have changed.
Yes.
Now, these people have achieved to pass in the first year itself more than 55%.
Very good.
By second year and third year, 95% of the people have come to the 60% level.
Excellent.
No, this is not one batch I'm talking about. I made 10 batches.
Every batch.
I still have the tables with me. I'm just telling you. So there are, of course, some percentage of 2-3 people will fail in 1 or 2 subjects. That is about the studies. But at the same time, why they are doing well? It is not because I'm making them as a Kupa Mandukas, means all the time studying, and to become a coach batta. And I also tell them, you don't become all the time you play and become a little Johnny who become a dull boy, or you read all the time and become like a Marula coach batta. This is I also tell my students. See, my mother used to say when we were young, how she used to encourage us to do well in the life. She says, when a cow puts a dung, there will be thousands of worms in the dung. They all die. They're all dung, worms only. They all die by the evening by the sunlight. I don't want you people to be like that, like worms. You have to be something more than the worms. So you have to live in the society, to raise your head, to be recognized as a personalities. This is what I tell them, the students also. But one thing I'll tell you, my student monitoring and other things, I am hats off to the parents of the students. My parents, I always interact with the students, with the parents. I take a telephone and talk to them. This is the problem with your son. You must come here. This is a problem with your daughter. You must come here. Let us have a discussion. Let us see how we can help you. I made a system that the student, parent can see whether his student has come to the class in the computer.
Okay.
Every hour, that report will be there in the class. In the computer. So I made my own way of systems in the computer by the help of somebody, and we collect data and they are supposed to put it. And I advise my teachers, all my teachers, never send a student from outside the class.
Okay.
If they have not come, because as a student, I know that I will do some mischief. If a teacher sends me away, I will go and see the cinema. You understand what I am saying? So yes. I never wanted anybody to have a punishment of throwing out of the class. All these things. But my teachers were excellent. They were affected by all that things what we have made. Because my only philosophy is, don't discuss about any student when we are in groups. You find a solution for them. What you will do.
Very nice.
Because I should not create an opinion on with somebody else about that student.
Right.
Everybody should know each other and they should help you. That's why I'm saying know your student before you teach.
Excellent.
So for me, any student who is coming, a leader, they are all leaders, in my opinion. But with their ability for a better social living, better capacities to apply their ability, they can become leaders. Just like a football player, 11 players can't be a captain. It should be one person to be a captain.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's a very clear message you have. Like, if teachers along with the parents put an effort to know the student and work each one independently, we can always better their performance, not only in studies, but also in their other capabilities, because being an all-rounder definitely helps for them to become better professionals. Let us put it that way, rather than saying, because end of the day, some leadership qualities are required for any professional to thrive in better social beings and more useful to the society.
One more thing I would like to tell you. Uh,
Please.
See, the two boys, what made a system in the college. There is no extravagancy for the students in the life. You may be a millionaire, you have to have pocket money of only 1,000 rupees with you. Rest of the money you cannot have it. There are so many regulations which I made for with the consent of the parents. I don't. And I also tell them, when your children come to house, you watch your wife, because they are in sympathy always, they will put some money in their pocket. So this is a usual thing happens, we are in every family. Uh,
Yes.
then I have told them that any difficulties they have for urgent money or anything, I pay it and you can pay me later. This was the system I used to do it.
Excellent. Excellent.
There are some boys who are coming in motorbikes.
Yeah.
Those days, in Mangalore, we used to have a lot of motorbike accidents by the people coming from Manipal students, and these students, they were all parties and all left around with the probably drunk. They're all used to have a lot of people used to die in those days. So
Yeah.
in my school, I seized the motor vehicle of one of the boy. I kept it outside. Those days we were, we had our college in Bunts Hostel. There is a small compound. I kept the key and in my office, and I came to Bangalore for some official work.
Okay.
The next day morning, I got a phone call saying that two of our boys died of a motorcycle accident.
Oh my God.
So they have connected the wire and taken this one motorcycle, and another
Okay.
friend motorcycle. Four of them have raced in the highway near from Namtur, and these people died. They fell under the truck. So, you know how rash driving
Yes. Yes.
is.
Yes. Yes.
Competition,
Yes.
no? Going competition.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So then I decided, I wrote a letter to all the parents saying that I don't want anybody to be provided with two-wheelers, including bicycle. I said including bicycle, two-wheelers. That if they have a vehicle, they will get up at 5 minutes to 8 o'clock in the class. They will come to the class. And on the way, they will not have any respect for any of the traffic regulations, and they meet with accidents. If they meet with accidents and die, sorrowness for me is only for 7 days. If they get crippled, the sorrowness is for me for throughout their life. So please don't give any two-wheelers. I want your consent before I introduce this regulation. I tell you, every
Right.
parent has consented for this, and it's not only rules I made. I used to make Mangalore being a small town, I used to make a vigilance all over, and I used to catch some people, seize the vehicle, and call the parents and tell them, you tell your child that you have paid 25,000 rupees fine and release the vehicle. This is the way I handled it, and I'm not saying that 100% people have not ride the bicycle, but
Right.
I saved the life of all my students.
Excellent. Excellent.
This is the type of vigilance I used to have on my students. That's why the students love me.
Yeah. Students love you because you are a friendly disciplinarian. Let us put it that way. You're always friendly with them. At the same time, no nonsense attitude towards what you're expected to do. I think it would have made you a kind of, because I can recollect me as a student used to like some teachers because they were always friendly. At the same time, they used to, when it mattered, they always used to step in and help us and support us. Professor, I just wanted to ask you, see, you have taken leadership roles in, in the society, in outside the society, in terms of your professional, like you are president of dental council, and also you are dean in your institution where you worked, and even internationally you have handled some big conferences and all that. But do you enjoy your position as a leader, or you think it's a, I think it's not a question to be asked, because you seem to be just adapted to as a leader. Can I say that?
I'll just tell you that, for example, Dental Council of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
apex body, say for the public it is. It controls the education as well as our profession, licensing of profession.
Right.
Now, Dental Council of India is a constituted by the most of the teachers and leading practitioners. All are quite capable of people. Everybody is a capable, and there is no that that they are not capable of being a president, to be executive members. But I, as a teacher, because most of the people like the way I present myself in problems in the councils, I put my argument as in favor of students, in favor of institutions, in favor of teachers. My arguments are always positive. See, the situations we have to see, not just on rules and regulations which we make. It does not help in giving, that is known as a positive approach. So with this,
Correct.
I become a popular person within the council. Now, I first tried that to become a vice president of the Dental Council of India. So I got elected with a good majority. Second time I got elected unanimously. The third time, my friends who are associated with the council, they said you should contest for the president post. All right. Then I told them that if I get elected, it will be only for one term. One term.
Okay.
And I don't want to be contesting for any more because everybody is capable. Let them also have sit in this position and see how they can help the public in creating the council activities. Perfect.
Right.
Of course, I got elected. I become a president. In the council, when you are conducting, usually you get sometimes there are people to thrash you, but I used to handle them in a different way. I never used to get angry, though I am a short-tempered man. Everybody call me as a short-tempered man, but I never get angry with anybody. I put in my own subtle way and settle the matters with them. And I will respect their whatever the demand they are making. You see that. See, everything has to be done on regulations. It is not on personal basis. So
Right.
regulation permits, one will get it. This is the way I used to handle the council. So wherever you go, suppose I am a dean. Of course, I have become a dean in the college for so many years because I took so much of efforts to build a good institution. My institution is not because we are having a big infrastructures and other things. My institution is having a good credibility of our students.
Right.
Parents want credibility. They don't want the big building. You know,
Yes. Yes.
this one. So, of course, the management wanted me to continue. But today's situation is that in all our universities, most of the universities, they change once in a 5 years, head of the departments, deans, everything. That's by rotation because
Okay.
some 10 to 15 professors are there. They also should get opportunity, all the equal ages. It's not a bad idea, but what happens is if you do like that, the institution credibility which is lost, whether that person who is coming is going to retain it or he is going to, credibility is not giving a percentage of mark. Credibility,
Right.
how you are dealing with your workers, means subordinates, class 4, class 3, class 2, or anybody who are with you, how your credibility with the students.
Right.
This is known as a success. If he fails, that is one bad thing about in this rotation. That is what I am, my personal opinion. But there are many people with the ideas that everybody should get an opportunity, they should do it. But it can happen.
Right. So the important thing is, as leaders, we should create opportunities for others, so that they can also come up and perform. Maybe they are better than what we are today, what we are doing, or you'll get fresh ideas and better ideas as we give them more opportunities.
And when we become a leader, it is not to become a leader for lifetime. Because there are so many leaders. We don't know unless that leader is given an opportunity to become some top leader, we will not know it.
As leaders, we get opportunity to give it back to the society. Now you're doing something which is very, very innovative and very path breaking. This vision of taking the institution to support the rural and the semi-urban population to get free medical aid, and how important it is for leaders to actually give back to the society what what they are capable of.
See, we started by the medical health facilities for our country as long as back as 1942. There was a board committee. In those days, board committee, he recommended there should be one doctor to 4,000 population. One doctor to the 4,000. Like that, we should develop doctors. Now, later on, there are so many commissions have become, and Lakshman Samudriyar and like several people, they increased to 1 is to 6,000, 1 is to 8,000, because our country was not fit to produce 1 is to 4,000 additional, because we don't have that many medical colleges at that time. And all colleges were by the government only. Making a colleges in the government is very expensive, because the students who learn are subsidized by the taxpayers. And patient hospitals are run by the subsidized by the government. All these things are government will not have that much of funds to have so many government medical colleges. In Bangalore, we were in the Victoria Hospital compound. I told you that we were first admitted to Bangalore Medical College, and then Medical College became an independent, and then I was working there. I used to see a lot of people are coming from a long distance in a bullock carts and all in Bangalore, and they used to wait in the compound of the Victoria Hospital for 2-3 days to see the doctor, get investigation done. There are so many things, and many people and their relatives were sleeping on the compound only, on the footpath or something. So these were the tragedy which I have seen as a humanity tragedy. I would say that so many people has to come here, this far distance.
Right.
Most of these people are coming in probably the second stage or third stage of the diseases, which is very difficult to treat and save their life. So these people has to come from a long distance. So now, those days, we were all just juniors. We don't have any say in any of all those things. But it hurts us by feeling why these people have to suffer like this. Can't we have a better system? Because we were not exposed for the present day way of thinking in those days. Of course, after working for some years, I had my own way of helping the old people, rural people, and all those things in a different way. Because I am just an employee in the government, and I'm not a professor, or I was not a principal of a college. I have to do as they do it.
Yeah.
I went as I told you, that hell with this government and then country, and I went outside. I had a better experience there, not for these reasons, different reasons, students' experience and other things, even hospital experience. Everything was slightly different, though it is an African country. They mostly have a system developed in the British system, and so all those things gave me a better experience. I came back and I started a college. Now I wanted, usually in our days, all these days, what is popular is camps. What checkup camps? I used to feel very bad about these checkup camps. What is a person is going and saying in a person in a village that you are having a heart problem, you must come to our hospital and get checked up and prescribe some medicine and come, which he can't buy, and which he cannot travel that far distance. He has nobody to support him for his agricultural work.
Right.
What is the use of giving that checkup? Checkup was very popular in our country everywhere. I don't know.
Yeah, medical camps used to be there.
That's only checkup. It is not that treatment. It is not free treatment. Only checkups. So now I thought what way we could do. So first I started what is known as the treatment camps. Treatment camps.
Right.
Treatment camps. There I used to do a creation of awareness. Go to the houses and tell people that why you have to use toilet, why you have to use the potable drinking water, why you have to grow vegetables and eat, what care you should take to prevent occupational hazards, what you should do if you climb a tree and fall down, if you cut your foot while in the farm. Some type of an education we used to do through students. Because So we used to go up in groups and tell them. So awareness, then oral health awareness. This also used to be. And for example, we used to tell you used to toothpaste and toothbrush, we say. See, there are, which is very popular, that when you go for a camp, to give them free toothpaste and toothbrush. I never did that. I said, open your packets, brush your teeth, so that they won't go and sell it in a BD shop, that toothpaste and toothbrush which we are doing, because they are not used for using the toothbrush and toothpaste. If they once use it, then they have to use it. This was my idea. So,
Very good.
so later on, we started the treatment camp and all, and I made a specific type of a system where students who are involved, in all our treatment camps. So that's a good strength for us because we have manpower of students. Apart
Right.
from, so they should not learn in a different way than what they are learning in the hall. So I made all that system which is there, except for the dental chairs. I made a simple dental chair because we can't carry 100 dental chairs in a camp area.
Right.
It is one single board. You put it back on the backrest of the chair, but the chairs are available everywhere. So lean back, the head of the patient will be fixed. It will be convenient for the operator because he has to sit down on a stool and do it. And we used to do a treatment, and we used to carry everything, the all machineries and materials, everything, and kept gloves, masks, everything they have to have. And they are doing only the physical of a chair is not there, dental chair is not there. But other things are, they have to get adjusted. So like that,
Right.
I started the treatment. Then when we are giving an advice to them, see, we can't do all treatment in a month. Suppose he has got 10 fillings to dump in a camp, we can't do 10. We do a temporary
Right.
case for them, on 1 or 2 cavities we may do a filling. So we used to ask them to come to our college, giving a chip to come. Of course, all the treatments were free only, there was no charges, but they have to come. But it's very
Correct.
difficult for them to travel that
Yes.
distance. So I thought then we should have satellite centers. Took volunteers from the local area who are ready to give us a place and manage this one. Everything they have to look after. No charges.
Right.
They can charge 5 rupees for the card for the reasons of paying electricity and water charges if there are. And all personals will be given by us. Our interns will come work there. Our teachers will come and work there. And there will be definitely posted qualified surgeon will be there, dental surgeon will be there. So all these things we make it, and responsibility we give to that person who is taking every day to take care, say that whether the patients are treated, whether the doctors are coming in time, whether patients are treated, are they taking any money, all these things can happen, far distance.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can't
Definitely.
see the Bangalore and check all those things. Those days we don't have a computer or all those things were not there. So this is the way we started a satellite centers. Not everywhere. Wherever the volunteers are there to give us a place. And if it's a very remote areas, we said that you have to provide food for them. But they will pay. For the food they will pay, but you have to provide a food. Because without a food, and accommodation has to be given. For
Right.
them, because they can't come from far distance. And all. So these are the conditions we started a satellite centers. And it worked very well. Today, I think our AB Shetty Dental College has got nearly 20 such satellite centers in the radius of 250 kilometers.
Excellent.
For a dental college, people may say, he's a dental college man. It was easy. All the patients were on outdoor patients. Now, I see, even medical college, if they do it, they can do it better than us.
Correct.
What I see is in a medical colleges, in 100 admission, the requirements are there from the surgical side as a medical side for inpatients. So they should have, in those days when the people will, now I don't know what is the regulation, they used to have 700 beds they must have by the time the students come to final year. That means for 100 admissions, they should have 7 surgical wards, 7 medical wards, then obstetrics and gynecology, orthopedics, ENT, psychiatry. There are so many, about 12 specialties, they should have wards. But surgical and medical are in more number compared to other specialties. Now, that means A student is posted in 7 areas. 7 surgical wards means 7 areas. He is coming in a group. There is that surgical ward, that surgery ward. Ward means it's a unit. It's called as, and there comes unit also. It's a ward actually. They
Yep.
will have, they will have 30 beds, and there will be a professor, associate professor, and in residents like that. Staff number has to be there. If it's a post graduation, then they have to increase the beds and the staff has to be increased.
Yeah.
So if this hospital of one ward of medicine, one of surgery, one of orthopedics, if orthopedics has to be a little more than what is required for 100 admission, take this hospital as a 100-bed hospital in a remote village area. That means that one ward where students are posted, 30 students are posted, then they will be studying there only. They will have a quarters there, hostel will be there. Doctor will be there only, nurses will be there only, diagnostic facility. Because medical college is the place where you get a tertiary care. They
Right.
have to provide tertiary care to the students to teach, for the students to learn. Right? Now,
Yeah.
if this same medical college 100-bed hospital is made with all these facilities, and with
Yes.
fixed responsibility of 50,000 families around that area, as your must to give a free treatment, whether it is simple prescribing a medicine or making a major surgery,
Right.
it should be free.
Correct.
And these students should go to the village house to house to create them with a holistic approach. Means they should associate with them a public health engineer, agriculture officer, veterinary officer, and public relation officer. They will help when we advise you should have a toilet. He may ask where to build a toilet, why should I have a toilet? Why should he have a toilet? We can advise. But where to build a toilet, I cannot advise. So public health engineer will think. Then he said, I don't have the money, what to do? So the public relation officer will help them. Now today's situation is the government is providing free for everybody.
Right.
So he can help them to get the money, and the public health engineer can help them to build a toilet. Same way, a balanced diet, we'll say you have to take a balanced diet, not to buy a dabba from pharmacy for a balanced diet. So we say you grow basla soppu, or you grow bendekai, you grow this, eat this every day. This is a balanced diet. This is
So
what
you are advocating a total care for the society, which can be extended from the medical colleges.
we have a big manpower there.
Yeah. I understand.
From the second year, they are studying the clinical subjects. All these
Right.
awareness program, they start studying from first year itself. They make a group, first year, second year, third year, fourth year, interns. They make a group, and if they can go as a team to house, making
Yes.
specific questionnaires to educate them,
It will both be a learning for them and a service to the
learning for
society.
them how to deal with the patients. That's why we are saying multi-center, multi-roof medical college. Now today's situation, we know government has a good system, public health,
Yes.
centers, primary health centers, secondary health centers, taluk hospitals, emergency, community halls, all these things.
Yes.
All these hospitals can be given to this medical college. They will have a 30-bed hospital in every area what they are having it. They will tell that, that's the emergency. There is what is known as emergency wards that has to be there in the medical college. Emergency ward should have all specialists. That's the regulation what I'm talking about.
Yes.
He may not be a professor, but all specialists should be there. So if 30-bed hospital with all that specialists are there, is a part of the medical college. So that means for increased one ward, they can admit more students.
Very nice, and let us hope this model will get replicated all across the country, and wish you all the best for that.
We want a leadership here.
Yes.
Who can put this leadership as a minister and implement it?
Yes. what would you advise our youngsters who are aspiring leaders? If you have to give one or two advices to them.
As I already told that everybody should be a leader. But
Yes.
everybody can't be a leaders to leader. One person has to be leaders to leader. Now, first be a leader. How do you become a leader? Have a positive approach in the life.
Okay.
Don't
Okay.
inhabit for the challenges. Use your experiences, use your discretions, and always think of positive. Don't think of a negative. A leaders should come up. And
Right.
they should, of course, with their experience, they should become leaders to the leaders, but with the idea that there will be always leaders to replace me.
Thank you so much. Really, I enjoyed, and you have got such wonderful ideas, and which you actually practice, and you have succeeded in executing these ideas and visions of yours. And wish you all the best to continue these practices in future also, which can benefit our society. Thank you so much, Professor,
I
for
always used to
joining us.
say my
Really enjoyed.
students and everybody, whenever we do something, let's celebrate.
Let us celebrate. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.